Good morning, everybody, coast to coast, from Antarctica to the other place, Arctica, whatever it is, New York to Brazil, Hong Kong, Georgia, London, Nova Scotia. Good morning, everybody. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. Yes, I am. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. And we get together and we make broadcasts every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. Thank you for joining us this morning. We got a lot going on down here in Mexico. We're in the middle of Mexico. Yes, we are. Famous James Taylor song. I think James Taylor might even join us today with Taylor Swift and maybe Ringo Starr. I think Ringo Starr is a subscriber. He should be. Let's see who is in the house this morning. If you are new here, welcome. Make yourself comfortable. You're in a group of loving people. They love to hear information and share information. Everything is great down here. And everybody, happy Labor Day. If you've ever worked, if you've ever had a job, if you have ever had to go to a job, maybe you don't like it, maybe you love it, but whatever, it's Labor Day weekend. And I remember as a kid when you saw Jerry Lewis, if you're my age or older, you remember when Jerry Lewis would start the Jerry Lewis Labor Day weekend show, raising that money. And you knew when you saw Jerry Lewis on TV, you knew it was Labor Day. And he would go until Monday afternoon raising that money. So it's Labor Day. I hope everybody has some big barbecues planned with cheeseburgers and hot dogs. And what else? Watermelon. I'm black. I love watermelon. Ribs. Oh, yeah, cornbread. What else? Fresh tomatoes from the farm on those cheeseburgers, and corn on the cob right from the farm. And you're around a bunch of people that love you, and you're ready to have a good time and party, maybe smoke some joints in the park, get a buzz on, maybe do some dancing, whatever. But let's see who is in the house. We got Rockport Conch in the house, took my dad's advice. And we got El Gringo in the house. El Gringo just joined our Facebook group. And if you're not a member of the group, join it. It's just a click away. There's a link in the description below. And we're up to about 335 members. It's not the biggest group, but we just started out. We'll see how it goes. We got, El Gringo. El Gringo, I told you guys last week, if you want to join the Facebook group, you got to ask all of the questions. So I log in over there and I look at people and I say, hey, did they answer the questions? And I looked at this one and they answered 0 questions. And when I see people that answer 0 questions, I hit decline. But then I saw the name. Oh, this is El Gringo. I got to let him in. So El Gringo, welcome to the Mexico Expats Living in Mexico Bill Dallas Lewis Facebook group. And if you haven't signed up for the group, all you have to do is click in the link in the description below and you can sign in, and we share information. We got Stephen Nathan in the house. Welcome, Nathan. Nathan, I've had breakfast with him and his wonderful son, and we have none other than William Mustache Stoneman in the house speaking that Spanish. Are you in Pueblo right now speaking that Spanish? Whatever. Let's see who else is here. Matt Brazelton. Matt Brazelton. Oh, you talking to my heart now, man. You talking to my heart. This is not the first day of college football, even though the Ohio State Buckeyes do play Akron today. I was laying in bed Thursday night. I looked on YouTube, and YouTube said that I could watch Deion Sanders' team, the Colorado Buffaloes, play some North Dakota team or something. And Deion Sanders' team won. That was my first football game of the season. Woo-hoo! And Deion Sanders is growing a beard. He got a gray beard. Shocked me, whatever. But Oregon Ducks. Aren't they ranked number 3? They play Ohio State in 2 weeks. I hope Oregon doesn't kick Ohio State's ass. That would be the end of the season. But anyway, have a blessed, Matt, you have a blessed day also. Last week, Matt, someone mentioned that there was flooding in Ahihik. Is that true? And was it of any consequences? And look who's here but Char Williams saying, good morning to everyone. I got a lot to say today. Miss Sam, my neighbor, lives here in Morelia. I'm not going to say where she's from or where she's lived before, but I do, Miss Sam, you're on my mind every week. I want to hook up with you for an interview for sure. And then we got Jamie in the house from Canada. He's selling his house, moving around. I hear that he's going to be in Morelia in October. Come on down, Jamie. And then we got Dora Ray in the house. I'm ready for Bill's funny video and very informative. Thank you very much, Dora Ray. And my other neighbor in the house, Ola Bill, David. Yeah, I want to get together. I'm getting closer. I really do want to get together with you and with you for breakfast in the next month for sure. Okay, Buck Stops here. Ola, Buck Stops here. Glad to catch the show. We got a lot to talk about today. Eric in the house again. Thanks everyone thank you. And Senor Mexico, Buenos Dias de Rehoboth, Delaware. Right on, man. And Senor Mexico, you've sent me a message this week or something. Can you help me, please? And if you want me to help you with something, please send me an email. And you can send the email right to here. That's bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com. Also, we're going to talk about the Mexico relocation guide. But they interviewed me this week. They came on Thursday, but they interviewed somebody else that lives in my neighborhood. I didn't know they lived like 2 blocks away from me. I'm trying to do something on this other computer. But why did I bring that up? Yeah. And if you're watching, please, you email me also. I tried to respond to a message you sent me, but we'll forget that for right now. Let's turn that off. Come over here and see what else is happening. Real Jim Foster, real Buenos Dias, Bill. We're on a 3-hour drive from Denver to Wyoming and listening to you on the way. Thank you, Jim Foster, for joining us this morning. We got Shirley. Oh, good morning, Shirley. Great to have you here, girl. And look who is in the house, La Dulce Vita. I'm having desayuno at my new B&B right now. And desayuno means breakfast. So La Dulce Vita. And I'm not going to say anything about that. But I'm so glad that you're joining us this morning. Hope to see you soon. And Nancy Trevino in the house. Good morning, everyone. Chilling with my youngest granddaughter. Good for you. And Rudy Clemens. Oh, you're in Arizona because they live in Rudy and Shishi. I call her Shishi. Rudy and Sheila Clemens. They live in Mazatlan and they are in Arizona for a week. Glad to hear it. That's my alumni. Go Buffs. Coach Prime is doing his job. Travis Hunter. I don't want to go way down football road, but Travis Hunter, he plays offense, he plays defense, he plays in every play of the game. He's fantastic. So good luck. Good luck with that team. And Frank is in the house. Hola, buena dia, Frank. They said they Hollywood, Florida. Matt, sorry, meant to say a full Saturday of college football. Can't wait to play the Buckeyes. Oh, man. The Buckeyes have a great season because they don't play anybody all season. That's the kind of season you want. That's how Alabama used to get number one. They don't play anybody all season. The only team that the Buckeyes play all season is Oregon. So, oh man, that scares me. Frank, Florida. Okay, Angela Morris. Look at her, looking all good this morning. Oh, hola, mijo. ¿Cómo está? Todo bien aquí. Todo bien aquí. Temple Moore in the house. Buena vista dias. Hola, Temple. Great to see you. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Todo bien. I'm literally, that's funny. I'm literally in the house. Stephen, Kansas City. We're now celebrating the beginning of the Labor Day weekend. It's perfect now that that's so sweet. Thank you so much, KC. Yes, we've been getting great thunderstorms here in Ajijic. Much needed water. There is some flooding. I heard of some motorcycles being washed down the street. Arroyos are flowing. Ooh, okay. I'm just curious, did that hit downtown Ajijic? My cousin lives in Ajijic, Matt, but she lives across the street from Farmacia, Guadalajara, 2 blocks up the hill. That's a great place to live when you're having floods. And there have been reports of flooding here in Morelia also, but I live up on a hill. For me to be affected by flooding here where I live, it would have to be biblical type flooding. I have to see Noah and his ark flowing across my front yard. Now, I do have a couple of pictures to share with you before we get going any further. Let's see. Let me click on here. And I've showed you guys, where is that? It's down here. This is the view. This is the view from my front window. And this is what I see right now. And actually, it's pretty appropriate because this morning the sky does look pretty much like that. It's partly cloudy, but it's not raining. Rained a lot last night. But I love this view. I can look out there all day. When I lived in Chapala, my office had a window, and when I looked out the window, so it was like 10 feet away was just a big brick wall. Not much of a view at all. That view is fantastic. But the reason I showed you that view is I hadn't shared with you the nighttime view. This is what it looks like at nighttime. How romantic. Oh, all I need is a date. Somebody to come over here and look out the window, and we can just see the beauty of the nighttime in Morelia. Very quiet. I haven't heard any loud music for the 2 months that I've lived here. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place, and I'm so blessed. But anyway, it's Labor Day weekend. We're kicking this off. I have a lot of information to cover today. I'm very thankful we have electricity. I'm so thankful for electricity. We have high-speed internet. We're broadcasting direct hardwire to the modem, and we're getting about 450 meg. As you can see, both of our cameras are working. Both of our cameras are working. Both of the computers are cranking up. And I'm so happy that I invested money into both. I got a brand new Mac PowerBook. It cranks, baby. It's a machine. I can edit video on that machine. It is cranking. And then I got this camera is connected to my what is it called? It's a iMac. It's a 21-inch iMac that has a great camera. I put in a new Logic board. I put in new hard drive, put in more RAM. Both computers are screaming. If one dies, I can use the other one, and I hope they don't die, but all is good here again. If this is your first time here, hey, this is not the Bill Dallas Lewis show. This is your show. This is your show. Ask any questions about living in Mexico. Some people ask, where should I think about visiting or moving to Mexico? Maybe you've already been to Mexico. Maybe you're in Mexico. This is your show. We have a bunch of very loving, kind people that show up every Saturday, and we'll share all the information that we can. Okay, Stefan, have you any misgivings for leaving Oceanside? Stefan, no, I don't miss it at all. And let me tell you, we're going to talk about the Mexico Relocation Guide. They were here Thursday. It was a very interesting day. Mariana is going to put up that video. I don't know when, but her crew was very interesting. But I bring that up mainly to say that before they came, they got here at like 9 o'clock in the morning Thursday, left around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a very full day. But before they came, I did my laundry, cleaned up the apartment. I swept the floor, dust mopped the floor, mopped the floor, all that kind of stuff. And I bring that up, Stefan, because in this apartment, there was like no dirt on the floor. 2 months. It was like just clean, no dirt. And when I lived in the 4th floor, 3 blocks away from the ocean, with my windows open all day, all that dust and dirty, humid sand comes into your apartment every day. It's like the screen would just get black with dirt blowing in from the ocean. The heat, the humidity, and all the tourists. I do not miss Mazatlan at all. Sure, the ocean is a beautiful thing. I was talking with someone about this, like in the last couple of days, about the ocean. And in fact, it was one of the videographers for Mariana who is from Cancun. And he said, well, I'm not really an ocean person. I'd rather live inland. And the weather is so much better here. It's so much more affordable here. And since we're talking about affordability now, when I first started broadcasting here 2 months ago, my rent was at about $501 a month. But the peso is still shrinking. The value of the peso is going down. And as of right now, this moment, my rent has gone down from $500 a month to $451 a month. $451 a month. Woo, baby. Woo. Yeah, you got to like that. I love it. Michelle. Hola, Michelle. Hola to you, girl. Do you seek to remain anonymous by living in such a large town? Or do you just seek a more urban environment with much more diversion? Casey, all I can say is I came here. Oh, I came here pretty much a year ago, almost to the day. I came here to do a video, and I rented a hotel room downtown. It was like 7 blocks from downtown. Downtown is beautiful. The structures, the architectural, it's just blocks and blocks of these 1,000, like 1,000, no, maybe seven. Well, many of these buildings were built in the 1500s. So that makes them about 700-year-old. You got McDonald's, KFC, Little Caesars Pizza in these old buildings. And I sat on the plaza. I sat on the plaza, and I just fell in love with the environment. At the time, I didn't know there were 1 million people living here. But there aren't too many visible tourists here. And I've been here 2 months. I've only seen one American in 2 months. I've seen one American or Canadian in 2 months. I like that. And the cost of living. I mean, Puerto Vallarta, high prices. Mazatlan, high prices. Cancun, high prices. I'm paying $451 a month. I don't need to see the ocean. If I can pay $451 a month and look out the window and see the whole city and just walk, I can walk a few blocks and buy chicken and fish and vegetables and see friendly people. Also, I talked with my landlord this week. He lives next door. Ends up my landlord owns half of the street that I live on. He owns this building. He owns the building next door where he lives. And then to the right of where he lives, there's another apartment building. He owns that. And then there's another apartment building down at the bottom of the hills, like 10 units in there. I would love, and they open the garage and the cars come in and out of the garage. They got BMWs in there, Mercedes and all of that. He owns that building. Found out that to rent in that place, beautiful building, 3-bedroom apartments. Each one has a deck overlooking the city. And I asked him how much those rent for. He said those rent for 11,000 pesos a month. So that'd be about $600, maybe $550 a month. Whatever. So Morelia is extremely affordable. It's affordable. The people are very friendly. The climate is just out of this world. Oh, so I was talking to my landlord, and you can't see it. Let me. Okay. Okay. Now behind me, you can see the refrigerator over there. But you can see the window. You can see my bedroom window right there. And that's that. There are 2-bedroom windows, and both are right at the bottom of this hill. And it's a big, giant park with a big hill. And so when I look out that window, there's nothing but trees and green vegetation. And this fresh air blows through the park right into my apartment all day. And it comes through and it goes out this front window. And my landlord said that this neighborhood has the cleanest air in Morelia, just because we're up on this hill, the park is behind us. Yeah, man. So that's why. Do I miss the ocean? No, I never go to the ocean. And look who's here, none other than Terry Don Marshall. Terry Don, it's time for us to talk again. I understand that Merida is the most crime, violence, safe city in Mexico. Is there a city that excels in low crime, more so in the highlands central area of Mexico? I would, Steve, I would just say forget about crime. I've been here 20 years. I've lived all over Mexico. I've traveled all over, or pretty much all over Mexico. I wouldn't worry about crime, period, unless you're dealing drugs or kidnapping little kids, molesting little kids. Unless any of that's going on, I don't even worry about crime. Mind your own business. Don't do drugs. Don't get drunk. Not know where you are, and don't have on 2 Rolexes and $20,000 worth of diamond rings. You all drunk, laying down in the street at 3 o'clock in the morning. Somebody's gonna rob you. If you're drunk. If I see Steve and he drunk and he laying down in the street, he don't know where he is. He got 2 Rolexes on and big $20,000 diamond earring. I'm gonna rob him. I'm sorry, Steve. But other than that, if you don't do that, forget about crime. Now, Ray Garcia, Bill, I'll be there next week. Guanajuato and Morelia forecast is rain every day. It does. I was a little worried. Why was I worried? I thought it might rain all day today, but it rained all of last night. But right now it's partly cloudy, but it's not raining. I know of a person who is a subscriber who is visiting Morelia right now. And I was worried for this person because, I hope it doesn't rain too much. They have a nice Airbnb downtown. But I don't think that it has affected this person's trip. But for the most part, in Morelia, it might rain all night. It might be a little cloudy in the morning, but then the sun comes up. It goes up to a nice temperature, and Morelia has been fabulous thus far. Also, I was talking to a taxi driver, and he said that the rain stops in September, and it doesn't rain again for about 6 months, and September is tomorrow. La Dolce Vita. I just left Texas visiting my grandkid. 107 degrees. Ooh, that's really smoking. Now I'm here, and the cool weather is spectacular. Even blankets and comforters on the beds in August. Isn't that fabulous? So as you can see, La Dolce Vita is actually in Morelia right now, enjoying this unbelievable August weather. I don't believe it's August. I got my front window open and the back windows, and I'm a little bit chilly. I could almost have on a hoodie right now. It's August. It's going to be a high of maybe 78 today. Perfect, clean weather, no humidity. This is working for me. Thank you, La Dolce Vita. Dora Ray, I will move there just for the air. The air is fabulous. I went out shopping yesterday. I walked about 5 blocks away. I go there and I buy some stuff, and there's a corner there. You get a lot of traffic, and there's a little park there, and I just sat there, and it was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I could just breathe. I could just breathe the fresh air, and I can breathe it now. Ooh, and it's free, fresh, clean air. I love it. I'm gonna get high. I'm gonna get high right now, breathing fresh air. You can watch me. Oh my God! What? Woo-hoo. And it's free. Temple Moore. Seriously, Bill, we need to move there. I need that quality air. It's great. It's unbelievable. Let me check my notes here. Let's see. It is Labor Day. I hope everybody is ready to celebrate. We have 62 people in the House. 17 people have elected to click the like button. Feel free to click the like button. Again, if you're new here, ask anything. I do want to talk about the Mariana's Mexico relocation guide. I have something. Okay, now, David, let's see what David's talking about. Hey, Bill. I heard something about the Mexican government cutting off relations with the U.S. Embassy. Do you know anything about that? Jamie left a guy named Jason. And David, you may have picked up that from our Facebook group. A guy named Jason asked me the same question. And Jamie, who is in the room right now, he left a message that said something like, well, it's not really the government, but it's it's like these officials are going at it. But I haven't seen anything on the major news like CNN, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, or even the Midas Touch. I haven't heard any of those news agencies talking about it. So I don't know diddly squat, but it can't be too important if it hasn't been on CNN. That's what I'm thinking. Ms. Sam Billy, with the depletion of the pesos, do you think it makes sense to buy lots of pesos? Okay, let's take a look at that. Let me try something here. Okay, let me hide that message. Let me open a new window here and see. Here we go. Let's go in here. Okay, so let's see what is Ms. Sam talking about. Let me click a button. Let me go down here and click a button. I want to show you guys something here. Okay. Let me go in here, do this. Okay, share. Hola, learn more. Okay, so there you go. Right there. There is the value of the peso. And right now it's about 1976. That's as of yesterday. Okay. There's today, 1972. And that is for a 1-year period. But look at this. It was down there. There you go. Look, 16. So you can see the value, and that's the dollar compared to the peso. That's 1 year. Let's look at 2 years. There we go. Look at that. 2 years ago, the peso, it was like 20. It was at like 20. Now it's at 19. So the value of the dollar just dropped and dropped and dropped. The value went down that far. Let's look at 5 years. Okay, there you go. Look at this. In 2020, it was at 22.97. The value of the dollar was really high. Where was I? Was I here yet? Oh yeah. And so I was here, and I bought about 80,000 at this point. I bought about 80,000 pesos, and it was good. So to answer your question, I'm going to say I don't see how you can go wrong. I don't see how you can go wrong right now, Ms. Sam. I don't see how you can go wrong right now buying pesos. I don't see how it's going to hurt you. But when I bought that 80,000 pesos, and this must have been 15 years ago, then the value just stayed the same for about 12 years. So it was kind of like a waste of time to spend that much money as I did. But I don't know if the value of the peso is going to go back up anytime soon. So I don't think you can go wrong doing that. Steve in KC, Steve says, we're not used to the term rainy season. Rainy season. I'm my city. So my question is, do you have a rainy season actually there? Yes. Rainy season ends in September. So if you look at a calendar and go back 6 months, that is okay. What month is this? This is let's say this is August. Well, it is August. That's month number 8. 8 minus 6, that would be February. So I would say rainy season in Morelia must last from about March through August. And if it's not March through August, it pretty much shouldn't rain at all. And that's kind of the way it is in San Francisco. Let's get back and see who else has things to talk about or to say. The weather sounds amazing, but how is the infrastructure? Some cities are overbuilding and the infrastructure has not kept up. The infrastructure is very good here in Morelia. It's not a tourist town. They're not overgrowing. Prices are very good. So here in Morelia is a secret. Morelia, if you're looking for a place to live in Mexico, Morelia is a big secret. And Leticia, ask yourself this question. Have you ever heard of Morelia before? And I bet you say no. I bet you're just going to say no. When have you ever heard of Morelia? You haven't heard of Morelia. So when you're looking to live in Mexico, anytime you recognize the name of the city, that's a good reason not to move there. If you've heard of Puerto Vallarta, if you've heard of Mazatlan, if you've heard of Guadalajara, if you've heard of any of the Merida, if you've heard like Merida talk about infrastructure and what, they don't have electricity, then you don't have air conditioning, people's electricity getting cut off like 5 times a day because it's so hot and humid, no infrastructure. So if you've heard of a city in Mexico, those are the cities you don't want to move to. Move to a place that you haven't heard of, and the infrastructure will be good, I think. Senor Mexico, what are you talking about, dude? What's up? I've been looking at real estate online in Morelia. I don't see home with outdoor swimming pool. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's hilarious. And Matt Brazelton lives in Ajijic, okay? Because I lived in Chapala, Ajijic, which is right outside of Guadalajara. And I don't remember seeing any swimming pools there, but it's like, who needs a swimming pool? What? In the winter here, it's going to go down to like 39 degrees at night, then go up to 72. Last night, it was probably like 58 degrees, 55 degrees. It's going to go up to 75 today. I can swim like a fish. I should be a Navy SEAL. That's how good I can swim. I can get down below water. I was trained professionally how to swim by the Dartmouth College swim team. I wasn't on the team, but I was trained by these guys on the team how to swim. Hey, I'm only going to get in a swimming pool if it's like 95 degrees and humid. So Senor Mexico, who needs swimming pools when the high is going to be like 74 degrees and there's no humidity? Okay, here we go. Jamie, yes. It was against the specific ambassadors, and he's talking about the question about diplomacy between the United States and Mexico. Thank you very much, Jamie. La Dolce Vita. I love season. Wonder how the winters are. David has said, David, who's in the room, who lives here, he said several times, well, in the winter time, it does go down to maybe 39. Like you're here in January, it's going to go down to 39 at night. But in the daytime, it's going to be 75 degrees. I can live with that. You just throw on like a few blankets in your bed in the nighttime. It kind of free. The weather here is not that different from Guadalajara, Chapala, Ajijic. And after living in Puerto Vallarta for 10 years, then I moved to Guadalajara in February, and I hadn't worn long pants or hoodies in years, in like 10 years. But in Guadalajara in February, you got to wear hoodies. Once the sun goes down, you got to throw on a hoodie or two. But it might go up to 95 in the daytime. So if you're in the middle of Mexico, be prepared for a chilly evening. Dress warm, but also be prepared for it to be sunny and 75 degrees every day. Okay, there you go. David, dude, you can write a book on what you don't see or hear on CNN. That's true. Hey, okay. I'm just saying, I don't know it all. Okay, Valentine Carey lived in Puerto Penasco, Mexico, originally from Santa Cruz, California. And so I got to say, I used to live in Belmont. I lived in Belmont for 5 years. Santa Cruz is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And Half Moon Bay. I used to love to go to Half Moon Bay, buy 5-pound lobster. Sure. My best friend said Morelia is very much the same as Santa Cruz. Lots of water, butterflies. Lots of water, butterflies green. Thanks for the blog. Valentine Carey, you are so welcome. Miss Sam, I love some noiseless, safe Morelia. I feel very safe, loved, and happy here. The happiest I have ever been in my life. Viva, viva, viva Mexico. And she is so right. When I lived in Mazatlan, I was 3 blocks from the ocean, but I was also 3 blocks away from a bunch of about 5 resort hotels. I could walk 4 or 5 blocks to 5 resort hotels right on the beach. And each resort hotel had a bar, and each of their bars would play loud music until 4 o'clock every morning, 7 days a week. 4 o'clock in the morning, super loud music. And here, I've been here 2 months. The only thing I hear here at night is crickets like this, like that. That's all I hear. Fresh, cool air. I got on 2 blankets and a hat. A hat, 2 pairs of socks in my bed. Ms. Sam, I agree with you totally. Viva Mexico. And Marco, great for joining us today. And I've been thinking about you. Here's page 1. I want to show you guys page 1 of my notes. And look at what it says at the top of page 1. Look at the name up there. It says Marco. That is for you. You're on page, and look at all the notes. Marco, see all these pages I got here? I got 8 pages of notes for today. And Marco is page 1 on top so that I can remember his name. And here's why. Marco's family is from, something went wrong over there. I don't know what's going on with that. Marco's family is from Morelia. They moved to the United States. Marco lives in Chicago. He has a very interesting job here, college degree. And he gave me a list of like 20 places to visit in nearby Morelia. He sent me a bunch of images. Hold on here. Let me turn this off. Let me go up here, find Marco, turn that off. But just I interviewed him last Sunday. I'm gonna cut his interview into 2 different interviews. Those interviews will go up this week. And his family, he and his family from the United States, they took a road trip to Mexico. And bienvenidos a Morelia means welcome. And so he shared with me images of him and his family's trip to Morelia and the area, including pictures of the cathedral, pictures of sundowns, and he sent me a bunch of Wikipedia pages. I'm not sure quite which church that is. He sent me pictures of food that they were eating. He sent me pictures of cathedrals that they were going into. And I'll show you more of those pictures soon. I do believe that's right now. That's in downtown Morelia. I do believe right next to the plaza. But I got to thank Marco because Marco turned me on to Zinzunzan. He says, Bill, you have to visit Zinzunzan. I put up a video on that this week. He told me about the Yakutas pyramids. He says, you got to visit that. I did a video on the Yakutas pyramids that are pretty much in the city of Zinzunzan. And he told me about Pátzcuaro. Him and David, who is in the room right now, told me about Pátzcuaro. And there is an island off of Pátzcuaro. It's called Juanitzio. So this week I'm going there. I'm going to Pátzcuaro for 2 days. One to do a video about Pátzcuaro and the other one about this island. You take a boat out to the island. But all of that is due to Marco. Marco, out of the goodness of his heart, just provided me with all of this information. And Marco, again, Marco, hats off to you. Thank you for all of the information. And I tell you what, being a YouTuber is kind of challenging because when I lived in Mazatlan or Puerto Vallarta, there are so many places. There are only so many places that you can visit. But Morelia, so what I was saying about being a YouTuber is you're always trying to come up with new ideas, new things to say, new places to go. And I was pretty much out of places in Mazatlan, unless you want to fly across the country or something like that. I was out of places. Puerto Vallarta has places to visit, but after you go to Sayulitas, San Pancho, a couple of other places, you're pretty much out of places to go. Mazatlan, there are a few places, but around Morelia, it's so rich. I can go to new places almost every weekend. But again, Marco, thank you so much. Terry Don Marshall just checked an article in the New York Times. Seems like the president of Mexico has an issue with both the U.S. and the Canadian embassy challenging his decisions he's made with the judicial system. Terry Don Marshall, thank you so much for helping all of us get the correct information that did not show up on CNN. Thank you. El Gringo, about to travel to look at various locations in central Mexico that you have covered on the show. Can someone visiting Mexico on a tourist visa open a bank account? I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to say that from memory. I do not have a Mexico bank account. I have a U.S. bank account. But when I first moved to Mexico, I had a tourist visa. And I had a tourist visa for about 5 years or more. I would just go back and forth every 180 days. But I had and I think this account is still open. It might have like $20 in it or something like that. But I opened a Mexican bank account, no problem. As long as you have money, you can open an account. Now, Leticia Silva. Yes, I have, Bill. My family on my mom's side are Mexican, but I have never been to Morelia. Come on down. You might enjoy it. Yes, Bill, I have because my mom, but I've never been to, I will be there soon. Very good. Ray Garcia. There's a large indoor pool by the bus stop. Okay. Oh, yeah, in Guadalajara. Where was I living? I lived, how far? Oh, I lived maybe 4 blocks from the park. It was called the Metropolitan Park. And they had a huge swimming facility in there with like 20 Olympic swimming pools. And I'd walk by there every morning around 6:30 in the morning. And you could hear people in there swimming and talking and, so yes, there are lots of places to swim if you want to go swim, but they don't have a bunch of swimming pools here now. Buck stops here. I bought the Mexican Forex around 16.8 earlier this year, and now it's approaching 20. The 52-week high is 2015. For me, it's a profit to buy the Mexican peso. I buy low and sell high. Makes a lot of sense. Now is a good time to buy some pesos. Bill, hope you soon post a downtown plaza video. I like the cultural dancers next to the cathedral. They set up an ice skate rink in the winter there. Very good. And yes, I have posted 2 or 3 downtown videos. Just go to my YouTube page. Go to my YouTube page. Go back to August, and you'll see 3 or 4 downtown YouTube videos. And we walk through the cathedral area, the outdoor restaurants. We even have drone shots. Yeah, just go back a year and you'll see a bunch of those. Ray. Ms. Sam, what are you talking about? The infrastructure is very sound, better than the United States. The homes are not made of drywall, paper, and sticks. That is hilarious. Drywall, paper, and sticks. And that is so true. That's funny. Doc. Hello, Bill. It's Doc in Atlanta checking in the house. I'm just listening to this morning while I pack my suitcases for my trip to Mexico next week. Okay, where am I? Oh, here I am right here. Ola, and there is Ken Art jumping from the airplane again in midair. He must love flying through the air because he's doing it every week. Ken Art, I'm so happy to see you here. Thanks for joining us this morning. Dora Ray, wait for me, Bill. We can go together. Oh, okay. Okay, Marco. Marco, what do you got to say? The animated movie Coco is loosely based off Pasquaro. And the area, the real life Coco lived near or in Pátzcuaro. You need to visit Juanitzio for Day of the Dead. Thank you very much, Marco. And Marco, and for all of you, Marco, I interviewed him last Sunday, and he is a very interesting individual. So you got to check that out. I'm gonna cut that video into 2 parts and put up both of those videos this coming week. Thank you again, Marco. Lenora Wilson, good morning. Everyone will have to catch the replay. I've been Lenora, well, you get some rest, take some drugs, shoot up some fentanyl. I heard that will pretty much cure anything. Yeah, you get better, girl. Get better, girl. Steve in Kansas City. What's going on? Steve, I noticed a tree with bare branches there where you are. Is the something like fall and winter actually there? In other words, is every day the same there except for the rainy season? Yeah. Here I'm going to say every day here in Mexico is pretty much the same as far as trees. Trees don't change color. You know, everything's good here all the time. That's why I live in Mexico. And I have another list here. It says, why do I like Mexico? And I think that this is very important. Why do I like Mexico? Mexico for me is just a place to live. It's just a place to live. You know, some people like Manhattan, some people like Greenwich Village, some people like San Francisco, some people like Indiana, some people like snow, some people like heat. I just like Mexico for the peace of mind. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a proud American. I have my own form of religion. But down here, I just have a lot of peace of mind. I love Mexico and Mexicans, and pretty much down here, there is no skin color. Mexico is known as the land of the mestizos, which is a mixture of cultures of the indigenous people that were here thousands of years ago with the white Spanish people that came over, and they all had a bunch of sex with each other, and all of a sudden you had all these different colors of people. So down here, nobody really cares about color. Now, that is not totally true. There's a skin color thing going on down here, but they don't mess with me. So I'm in Mexico just for peace of mind. And having peace of mind, then I can be creative, I can be loving. And I'm here for peace of mind. Okay, now let's see what's going on up here. Valentine, looking for a nice lake to live on, not far from town. Any info? Yeah, I'm going to Pátzcuaro this week. It's right on the lake. Pátzcuaro is right on the lake. Zinzunzan is kind of right on the lake. And just go to Google Maps and look at where all the lakes are. Ajijic is right on the lake. Chapala is right on the lake. And they are on a lake called Lake Chapala, and it's the biggest lake in Mexico. Problem with Ajijic and Chapala, those areas are the most polluted parts of the lake. And if you get in there If you jump in the lake, all your arms and legs melt off and you go blind. And if you eat the fish, you die instantly. So, but Pátzcuaro, the lake is very clean. Colima, they have lakes in Colima. There's lakes all over. Just go to Google Maps. Look for those little blue things. When you look at Google Maps, you'll see a bunch of green, and then you'll see these little circles and obliques of blue spots. Those are where the lakes are. Just check it out, and then look at the cities nearby. Mexico has everything. Okay, now, Ms. Sam, I've been living here in Morelia for about 5 months now. I have never heard a loud voice, never seen people fighting, cursing each other, fighting each other, never seen police brutality here. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I've been here 20 years. I used to tell my friends and family about Mexico and how fabulous it was. I don't tell them anymore. It's like a waste of time. I love it down here. And Matt Brazelton, God bless you. Thank you for contributing to the channel. Thank you for contributing to the channel. This is how I travel. This is how I can go to Zinzunzan, to Colima, to Colama, to Guadalajara, where's the leather city? To Guanajuato, Puerto Vallarta. That's how I get around. And El Gringo has just become a new YouTube member. And if you want to become a member, all you got to do is click the join button under the video, I think. And I have to visit that. But thank you, El Gringo. Yes, thank you so much. And Jamie, thank you. God bless you for contributing to the channel. We have 83 people in the house. We have 32 likes. Thank you so much. And I still got more to say. Exactly, Ms. Sam. Yes, we're a big family here. And many times we agree with one another. This is great. It's Labor Day weekend. Let's kick it off. I still have more to say. Frank, hasta la próxima semana, Bill. Muchas gracias. That means see you next weekend. Yes, see you next weekend. Adios to you, Frank. Thank you for joining us. Jamie, Ms. Sam, which colonia or part of Morelia are you living in? Letitia, thank you for your informative content. You're very welcome. Mestizos include a mix of European, indigenous, and African races. There you go. Mestizos. Thank you so much. It's a big melting pot down here. And I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to go crazy or anything like that talking about race. But yeah, you have the presidential election and Kamala Harris. People were given the Republicans, not the Republicans, but the wacko mega Republicans that are crazy. They were, well, is she black or is she Indian? Well, what is she? And when I interviewed Marco, I asked him, what does it say on your birth certificate? And he said, well, I haven't really looked at it for a while. He said, I think it says Hispanic. On my birth certificate, it said colored, because black, or I don't even want to say black people. That's kind of weird. But I happen to know, race is such a challenging thing. And why does anybody even think about it? Okay, black, what does that mean? African American, how crazy is that? What, am I black? Am I Negro? Am I colored? Am I African American? I'm 25% Cherokee Indian, and I'm like 10% Canadian. So does that mean that they should, on my birth certificate, they should have Cherokee, Canadian, Afro-American? That would be a better representation, I would think. I mean, it's like, who cares? And why is it black and white? But if you're Asian, what do they put on? If you're in the United States and you're Asian, what do they put on your birth certificate then? And Asian is more geographic than skin color. Okay. Shouldn't it be like, yellow? Yeah. Yeah. Shouldn't Asians be like yellow? Like you got black, you got white. Shouldn't you have yellow? And if you didn't know, the human eye can see 16.8 million colors. That's how many colors the human eye can see. And they're all represented by hexadecimal values. So for all of the 16.8 million colors that you can see, each one has a 6 alphanumeric value that can be assigned to each and every color that you can see. So like black, the color black would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And the color white would be F, 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 F. Literally, that's what those values are. So shouldn't, instead of calling people black, white, African American, if you want to categorize people, why don't they just give people, instead of black, white, yellow, Asian, Hispanic, why don't they just give everybody a hexadecimal value? Why not? Huh? I'm sorry, I got carried away. Now, exactly, Ms. Sam Frank. Okay, we got that. Jamie, Ms. Sam, where are you living? Thank you. Okay, now let's go down to Shirley. Shirley, I asked the hotel by me if I can use the beautiful pool. He told me just buy lunch for 75 pesos. That's like $3.50, and I can swim all day. Why have your own pool? Yeah, great. Please keep this secret and delete this message after read. Yes, I'm going to delete this message in a second. Okay. Ms. Sam, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. That helps me pay my rent, my gas, buy some tacos. Thank you so much. And look who's here, pretty boy, Brian Maiden. After my little accident I had in my apartment, I'm now off the floor. Good morning, Bill, and all in the house. Brian, you take care of yourself, dude. When your health's going down the tube, that's just all I can say is that it sucked. 2 weeks ago, I had an accident here and my back went out. 2 weeks ago, I didn't think I was going to be able to broadcast because I couldn't walk. I couldn't roll over in bed. I was in bed for like 3 days. I didn't think I was going to be able to broadcast 2 Saturdays ago. It was messed up. So Brian, take care of yourself. Do some good drugs. Relax. Miss Sam, Jamie, I live in Ampliación, Fresnos, Colonia. There you go. Woo! The Day of the Dead is only for one single day. Are there Day of the Day parades in most every city around there in central Mexico? Steve, I'm going to say they have Day of the Dead parades everywhere, every city. Day of the Dead in Mexico is like Christmas. It's like New Year's Day. It's like it's like Labor Day. That question is like, well, in the United States, where do they celebrate Labor Day? That's like, well, they celebrate Day of the Dead is celebrated with great gusto throughout Mexico. Okay, let's go over here. I have an electric car. How much of a problem is that in Mexico? I'm going to say you're going to be somewhat challenged because I don't have a car anymore, but I had a car down here for 12 years. And you can find gas stations everywhere. I'm going to say it's a little rare to see electrical charging stations. And I have not seen one electric charging station here in Morelia. That doesn't mean there aren't 20,000 of them here. What, there's a million people here. I don't know how many they have. All I'm saying is I have not seen one. So check out if you're going to have an electric car down here. I know Matt Brazelton, one of your neighbors down there, his name is James. His wife's name is Rena. They live in San Antonio. They have an electric car. I don't know how that works out for them. I did see electrical charging units in El Centro in Guadalajara. So, but I think you're going to be really challenged with, that's just my opinion. Okay, now, nice to see you are okay, Brian. We're all vouching for you, Brian and Ken Art. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for contributing to the chat channel, helping me pay my rent and buy some tacos, pay my gas bill, and my internet and phone bill. Thank you so much. Bill, I was born in 1964. My birth certificate says Negro. I always shock younger folks when I tell them. Yeah, Ken Art, I was born in 56. I was born in 1956. So that's 8 years before you. My birth certificate says colored. Well, I am. I'm colored. I don't know what hexadecimal value, but it's so funny. What colored went to Negro to black and then to African American. Okay, now, Miss Sam, I'm okay. Just a few little cuts on my baby toe and kneecap, but I know I'm okay. Brian, get some rest. We're glad that you could join us today. Take care of yourself. A lady told me years ago, time heals all wounds unless you cut off your arm by accident. I don't think time's going to heal that, but since you just got some cuts on your body and I think you'll be okay. All right. Don't forget to smash the like button, Brian. Thank you very much, Brian, for doing from advertising for. I do have some very important things to say here shortly. When is Mexican Independence Day? Do they shoot off firecrackers and celebrate it much there where you are? Okay, now. Okay, so let's do something here. There are two Mexican Independence Days, so to speak. Let's just do, oh yeah, here we go. I'm going to do this. Here we go. I'm going to do this here. Come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, Mexican Independence Day is the 16th day of September. The 16th day of September. And there are many streets around Mexico that are called Septembre 16, or the 16th of September. I know there's a street that is, many cities have streets. I've never seen a street called the 4th of July in the United States, okay? But it's a very popular street name. And yes, they shoot off firecrackers. They do that whole thing, drink a lot of tequila, dance. It's a big festival. So there's Independence Day, but there's also the Day of the Revolution. So the Day of the Revolution is kind of like Independence Day, except the Day of the Revolution, that's the revolution. I get them mixed up. But you can just go to Wikipedia and take a look. All right, now here we are. Here we go. Steve. We just did Steve. And I want to thank Brian Maiden for contributing to the channel. Thank you. And he's sick. He's on his deathbed. He's Canadian, so I don't think that they don't celebrate Labor Day in Canada. But Brian, you're on your deathbed. You got cuts and bruises. Can't hardly walk. Can't get off the floor. But he going through all of that, and he's going to contribute to the travel fund, and that is greatly appreciated. Thank you, pretty boy Brian Maiden. Thank you so much. And thank everyone. We have 69 people in the house. 34 people have clicked the like button. That's greatly appreciated. That helps us with our YouTube algorithm. And now I want to, this weekend. Brian Maiden saying, yes, we have Labor Day this weekend. That's kind of weird. Canada and the United States have Labor Day on the same weekend. Never know. But that's what we learn at the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We bring all cultures together and share information just about the joys of living generally. Now, let's talk about, I'm going to talk about the Mexico relocation guide here for a minute, and that's Mariana. So she contacted me 2 or 3 weeks ago, wanted to do an interview. I thought that she was coming down with a videographer. Ends up, she sent an interviewer down with with 2 videographers, and it was a great day. It was a great day, and I want to share that day with you. The 2 guys with cameras, they had fabulous equipment. They interviewed me in my apartment. They must have had like $30,000 worth of camera equipment in here. One guy's name was David, and the other guy's name was Andres Querétaro. They both live in Querétaro. David is 31. He grew up in Cancun. And we had great conversations. But one of the questions that they asked me was, what advice do you have for people that are thinking about moving to Mexico as far as where to live? And this question has challenged me over time because I thought I would tell people, oh, move to Ajijic. People speak English there. You'll be okay there. But over time, I've changed my opinion totally about that. And when Mariana's video comes out, I'll let you guys know it was a good interview. But I've changed my opinion. I've changed my opinion on how do I find a place to live in Mexico? And my newly developed opinion that I shared with them in the video, I say, well, here's the deal. Plan on coming down for a year and get a place to stay that you can call your landing place for 1 year. And then, and it might be Ajijic, it might be Guadalajara, it might be Morelia. And then for that 1 year, go to 6 different places and live in each place for like a week. If you can, 2 weeks. Go to 6 different places and stay there at least a week. And get a feel until you get a feeling, yeah, this is the right place. Yeah, this is the right place for me. Now, the reason that I'm sharing that with you is starting to reveal itself, the value of the Mariana's Mexico relocation guide. Mariana's Mexico Relocation guide. You can sign up for her guide. There's on all of my videos, there is a link to her guide at the bottom of the description of every video I've ever put out. Every time I go live, there's always a link to the Mexico relocation guide. You can sign up for her newsletter for free. And I get messages from her like probably 2 times a week, and she'll talk about immigration, what cities are good, and all that kind of stuff. But if you're her guide costs $500, but it's a lifetime membership. So you sign up one time, $500, and then you have access to immigration attorneys throughout Mexico, guides throughout Mexico, healthcare information throughout Mexico. Mariana has created a vast current network throughout Mexico. So why am I saying this? Well, if you're moving or thinking about moving to Mexico, you're not quite sure where to live, that is where the Mexico relocation guide can really help you out. And when you're figuring out where you want to live in Mexico, what you want to do is sign up for the Mexico relocation guide, come down here and find a spot, and then hire one of Mariana's guides. She has guides. You have to pay them. It's going to cost you like $50, $100 for a day. But then whatever city you're in, they can show you around the entire city. And you can ask them. They'll all speak English. You can ask them up front. You can ask them, well, where should I live? I want to live somewhere where I can walk to a grocery store. I want to be able to walk and buy some fruits and vegetables. You know, I want to be near a lake. Show me where the stuff is, where are the good places to live, the bad places to live. And going back to what I was saying originally about come down, find a spot, and then go to 6 spots after you found a spot. And with the Mexico relocation guide, you can get a guide in each city. Like I go to places, I'm just going there. I get on Wikipedia, see what should I learn, what are the best restaurants. I use artificial intelligent websites. I ask them questions. But with the Mexican relocation guide, you can just call one of her guides and they'll show you right around what is a better way to choose a place to stay. Yeah, it's $500. But I tell you what, if I had spent $500 with her 20 years ago, I lived in a shithole. I lived in 2 apartments 20 years ago. The first one was for a year. The second one was for 3 years. They were shithole apartments, and they were charging me rent out the butt. And if I had had a guide, a Mexican guide that spoke English, they could have told me 20 years ago that, Bill, that $700 a month for rent living in this hellhole is way too much. And this community sucks. Let's show you around town. We'll show you where you can live. Instead of $700 a month, you can pay $200 a month in a much nicer neighborhood. So having her service will save you a lot of time and money. Okay, so let's get back and see what's going on. Bride and maiden, you take care of yourself. Let's see. Miguel. Yep, Canada has Labor Day. I didn't know. I can see Canada having Christmas. I can see Canada having New Year's, but Labor Day on the same weekend. But what all happened today? I still have a smile and laughing at what happened. Good for you. Good for you, Brian. Good for you. Okay, La Dolce Vita. I just saw in Mariana's recent newsletter, there's a big discount on the guide. Yes, and you can go down all you have to, okay, Mariana interviewed me about 2 years ago. And for what it's worth, when I first ran into Mariana, she had like 20,000 subscribers. She just hit 60,000 subscribers yesterday. God bless her. She's doing it. So she contacted me for this interview. So we have a very friendly relation. She's very smart. So I've had a link on all my videos I've had a link to all of her videos. I have a link to her guide in the description for each and every one of my videos, but I never mention it. And if you sign, I've thus far in 2 years with all of those links, I've made 10 cents. I've made 10 cents in 2 years because nobody has signed it. I don't know how I made that 10 cents, but it's a excellent guide, and it's gotten better and better through time. So you can go to any of my videos, click the link at the very bottom of the page, help me make another 10 cents, and sign up for a guide. It's so information is worth money. Yes, it is. Now, and thank you, La Dolce Vita. Okay. Casey, I cannot locate the Mexican relocation guide that you're referring to. Okay. Let me try something here. I'm just going to. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to go to YouTube. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to YouTube right now. And I may as well just I'm going to go to my studio here. Okay, let's see. It's loading. And I'm going to go to content. And I wonder what happens if I click in here. I should be able to get in here. Oh, I just click live. Okay, I'm broadcasting live. I should be able to click that. Okay, and here we go. And here we go right here. Yeah, here we go. Here is the link right here. Let me copy this link. And maybe I've got the wrong link. It's at the very bottom of the description. Below is a link to Mariana's. Okay, let's paste the link. Let's come up here. New window. Maybe I have the wrong link. Okay, Command V. And here it is. Here it is right here. Okay, so we did that. Let me close out of that. Okay, now here we go. I got to do something here. Let's go to this. Share screen again. Mexico relocation guide right here. And there it is. Whoop, there it is right here. Here's the link right here. Let me just edit, copy that. And this is a special link. This is the link, I believe, that helps me make money. And let me just paste it right in there. So you should be able to just click that link or copy and paste that link, and it will take you right there. There you go. There you go. That's it. Copy the link, click the link, whatever works. That should work for you. That link is in the bottom of the description of each and every one of my descriptions of my videos and whenever I go live. Okay, here we go. Now, let's come back over here. Let's click this. I bought the guide a year ago and it helped me so much, saved me money. Wish I had a guide when I moved to Italy 8 years ago. Paying the money for information is worth it. It's worth it. Save yourself time and money. And Char Williams, start your camera glasses fund. Thank you so much. I was thinking about Char. First of all, thank you for contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. And I was thinking about the camera glasses just yesterday because they're like $172. And I'm thinking, well, do you want to push the budget on that? Well, and I was thinking, well, just hold off a little bit. But when the videographers came yesterday, they had a little camera. Well, they had like 5 cameras, but one of them, we went out walking around the neighborhood. I was showing them the neighborhood where the shops were. We went to 2 Mexican restaurants. I had excellent Mexico authentic food. It was fabulous. But they had this one camera that they used to walk around with. It was a little camera. It was like on the top of a pen. It was like that. And the lens was like on top here, but it was a $600 camera. It was a gimbal so that when you walk around, it doesn't jerk or move and anything like that. But people look at you and they wonder, well, what are you filming? What are you filming? And I told them about the spy glasses. You can put it, and they hadn't heard of that. But that, because as soon as you pull out, I use my phone to do my recording. Then people look at you. Well, what are you, So yes, I might order those glasses this weekend. Maybe I'll order them this weekend. But Char Williams, something just happened, but I thought the electricity went out, but it didn't. But thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Shirley, if you buy an electrical vehicle in Mexico, the government will install a free charging station at your home. See, hey, I don't know diddly squat. It's people that show up on Saturday that make this whole experience come to life. Thank you so much for that. And here's my link there for the Mexico relocation guide right there. Jamie, thanks, LDV. I just bought the guide. Thanks to you, Bill. Okay, right on. You just bought the guide. Hey, right on. I hope you used my link, so I made some money. El Gringo, thanks for everything, Bill. Have a great Labor Day weekend, everyone. Thanks for signing up for our Facebook page, and thank you for joining us today with your happy smile. Okay, so let's just keep on clicking here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so I talk about a couple of things also. The people that interviewed me through the people that came down from the Mexico relocation guide, they were very interesting guys. One guy, you guys always see my football that I always have laying around. And so the one guy looked at my football and he said, oh, you played football? I said, yeah, I played college football. He said, oh, well, I played football when I was growing up in Cancun. I was a defensive back. And you don't hear about many American Mexican football teams, but this guy's 31. He was a running back. He was a defensive back from Cancun. And the other guy, Andres, he was from Querétaro, and his what did I just do? His family owns an animal food company. So like you buy dog food, cat food, bird food, cow food, horse food. They manufacture that stuff, package it up, and distribute it throughout Mexico. You don't hear about Mexican people like that. Okay. So the one guy, David, when he finished the interview last night, they were going to stay in the Airbnb last night. They had another interview in my neighborhood yesterday. And so the other guy, he had a date in Querétaro, like I guess tonight. But the guy, the 21-year-old whose family owned the food processing company, he was going to Bucerias, and Bucerias is right outside of Puerto Vallarta. And his parents, who are 49 now, he's 21, his parents, who are 49, bought a farm there, and they have chickens, cows, and goats. And the farm is new outside of Bucerias. He was going to drive there. And we had after they interviewed me, we went to this fabulous traditional Mexican restaurant. And the good thing about going to dinner with Mexicans is they can tell you what to eat. So whatever they ate, I ate. But I was with they were asking, well, how old are you? I told them how old I was. And then Andres said, how old are you, Andres? He said 21, in fluent English, 21. And it's just, I'm thinking, what? You're 21? Really? You're 21? That's like a life. You have like 10 more lifetimes. Another guy was 31. We had such a great conversation. But there are thousands, millions of Mexicans that come from wonderful families. David, the 31-year-old, he never knew. He's only met his real father one time years ago. Met him one time, but he grew up with a different father, the guy that he calls his real father. And his real father's 78 years old, okay? And his mother is 52 years old. So his mother is like 25 years younger than his father. And I said, well, what is your father's name? He said, my father's name is Fernando. And I said, well, when you see Fernando, tell him that I said, Fernando, you the man, Fernando. He hooked up with a woman 25 years younger than him. I'm not saying I would ever do anything like that, but the story was really interesting. And David's mother and father, they put both of their children through college, got them into great professions. And Fernando is retired, but David's mother, I said, well, what does she do for a living to make money? And he said, she flips houses. I said, what do you mean? Well, she buys them, rebuilds them, and sells them. And that's what she does to earn money. There are millions and millions and millions of Mexicans living the life, entrepreneurs, college students, college graduates that you don't hear about in the United States press. I mean, they all think about cartels, narcos, drug, bad immigration, all that kind of stuff. They don't teach you about the marine biologist, the entrepreneurs, the people that know, the Mexicans that know like 5 languages, Mexicans that travel the world, that make movies. David, one of the videographers, he has all of this equipment. He just wants to make documentaries. There are all of these fabulous Mexicans down here that they don't talk about in the United States. But anyway, it was very, very wonderful and interesting to hang out with these 2 wonderful young men Thursday for a full day. It was wonderful. And I thank Mariana at the Mexico Relocation Guide for coming down to sending the people down to video me, but also to have a day shared with these 2 wonderful gentlemen. And I hope I know them for a lifetime. Let's continue. Shirley. Okay, free charging station. Boy, I'm all backed up. Okay. Okay. Are they actually called spy glasses or something else? Yes. I was surprised myself. I went to Amazon, and I'm gonna do it right now. I'm just going to go to Amazon. Oh, let me turn off this. Amazon. Yeah, here we go. Amazon. I don't want to go to MX. I'm going to go. There's a truck going by, and I'm just going to type in spy glasses. Yep. There you go. And let me do a couple of things down here. Hit the present, go to the share button, share screen, Amazon spy glasses. There you go. Amazon spy optic Bowery square sunglasses. You can see they, maybe I can get one of these pair. Only costs like $120, $130, $155. But there you go, right there. Spy glass. Here's a pair for $49. Maybe I had to start out with them, just see how it goes. Yeah. I'm gonna bookmark this page. Bookmark this tab. There you go. Done. Yep. There you go. So there you go. There are some of the Amazon spy glasses that I'm looking at. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Then I can just walk around and hit a button. People don't know diddly squat. I don't have to answer any questions. Steve and Casey, I'm retired and have tons of large wall hangings and furniture. Does the relocation guide get into the logistics of a move to Mexico? I don't know that, but just go to their page and start clicking on links. They should have a bunch of links. I don't know if they have movers. Steve, I do not know if they show movers at Mexico relocation guide. But I bet if they don't have movers, what you could do is in each city that you would be interested in moving to, they have, I'm not going to say immigration attorneys, but they use another word. It's not immigration attorneys. They call them something else. It's almost like an immigration helper. Or it's like an immigration specialist, and they're not attorneys, but they know a lot about immigration. And I bet all of those people know about movers. I only know about one mover, and they're in the Ajijic area. That's all I know. So let me check out my notes here. Of course, we have 55 people in the house. We have 39 likes. Some people have contributed casherinas to the site. I'm going through my notes right now. I do have some more. So Marco, who lives in Chicago, I'll be putting up these videos this week. He sent me some pictures of locations that he and his family visited while in the Morelia area. And I think this is a picture of the boats, because I'm going to Pátzcuaro. I'm going to Pátzcuaro this week 2 times. I'm going to go to Pátzcuaro, and I'm going to go to an island there off the coast of Pátzcuaro, which is called Juanizio. So for one day, I'm going to the island. The other day, I'm going to Pátzcuaro. And here is a picture of the island. And so I'm just going to take the bus there, walk around, shoot some videos. That will be one video. I'll go back the next day. And then I'll just do videos of Pátzcuaro. Marco sent me this image here. I think this may be in Pátzcuaro. The images were not labeled. A big party going on here, watching people dance, and more pictures of boats. Okay, let's see what's going on with comments over here. Okay, now. Oh, okay. Steve, thanks for sharing your time today with us. Maybe Mexico needs to start a Labor Day 2 with the same dates as the U.S. and Canada. Make it North American Labor Day. What a great idea. Yes, Charles Williams, that is exactly the word I was looking for. Steve, going back to Steve's question, what you need to do is in the Mexico Relocation Guide. In the Mexico Relocation Guide, they'll have a section on facilitators. And I bet that these facilitators can help you find movers. And Char, thank you so much for helping me help Steve. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys. Well, I'm going through my notes. I have covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover for today. Okie dokie. Yep. I'm out of steam, man. I'm out of steam. So this week I'm gonna make 2 trips. I'll have plenty of video clips to share with you for next weekend. So I've got 2 videos with Marco coming out this week. Video clips of Pátzcuaro and the island off of Pátzcuaro for next week. That puts me 2 weeks out with videos, and then I can plan future videos. It was challenging. It was challenging for the last 2 or 3 months when you're moving, figuring out where you're going to stay, and then you find a place, and then you're figuring out, where do I eat? Where do I buy food? Where am I going to put my furniture? How's my laundry going to get done? It really throws you off your game. And then if you're living in a place where it's hard to get to places, Mazatlan was hard. It's hard to get to places from Mazatlan. But now I'm in Morelia and everything is so much more nearby. As far as cities go, I mean, in 3 hours, I can be back in Guadalajara. There's so many places I can be on a bus in like 4 hours. There's so many places that I can be that are not far from Morelia. I can just go there for a day, shoot some video, do some research. So now I can be much more productive in creating content that is something that everybody will benefit from. Jamie, thank you very much. Yes, I booked a flight for October. Yee-hoo! Thank you for sharing your interaction with those awesome young men, being genuinely interested, open doors to rich experiences. Have a great Temple Moore. You have a great week also. Char, I'm glad you had a good time with Mariana's crew. I'm looking forward to seeing the video. Have a great week, everybody. So I guess it's time to say goodbye. Have a great weekend. See you all next week. Peace and love to all of you. So I guess it's time to go. We getting ready to, oh, Marco, there's Marco. Have a great week, everyone. And I guess it's time to shut down. I'm going to go to the store. And so just let me say, let me go over here. Let me click this, come up here and go up here. And so I just want to tell everybody, thanks for showing up today. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for asking questions. Thank you for introducing yourselves. It's Labor Day. Election is coming up. All kinds of wonderful life things are happening. But one thing I do want to say is I was reading a book recently, and the book said, walk away from misery. Just walk away from misery. Whatever misery it is, just walk away from it. Let it be gone. Forget about it. Start a new life however you would like to do that. So I'm getting ready to get out of here. Walk away from misery. Just be around people that are joyful and loving and happy, who share good ideas. I saw a news article within the last 10 days, and it was an article about this lady who was 117 years old. And somebody asked her, well, how did you live so long? And she said, I just stayed away. I stayed away from negative people. So as you experience this wonderful Labor Day weekend, let me just share with you, love you all. Have a great weekend. Thanks for clicking the like button. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for sharing the joys of living in Mexico. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel in the rebroadcast, there is a link in the description below. I think it says donate link. You can use Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or PayPal. So I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make presentations about the joys of living in Mexico. I'm headed to the market myself, so I'm going to say adios, hasta luego, and que te vaya bien. Love you all. Have a great weekend being with yourself or around the people that you really care for.